Good evening, community, and welcome back sa ating weekly live stream. Namiss ko kayong lahat and welcome sa ating Coin Unity Wednesdays. For tonight's discussion, baka nakita niyo yung recent PR article at ang aming announcement sa social media. For tonight and for this week, we are so lucky to be joined by our newest global marketing director, Amira Alawi. And for tonight's discussion, we'll be having her up on stage for an hour. So do drop some of your questions in the comment section sa FB Live or sa X or sa YouTube din, no? Kung saan man kayo nanonood. Drop your questions no for Amira for marketing, for branding, about her journey sa Web3. And we'll try to make sure that all of as many questions can be answered so that Amira can share more about herself and also some of the plans that she has lined up for Coins.ph. All right, so let me hold on. I think my camera is having some issues. Maybe at the comment section, you guys can just double check again if I'm visible. Some technical difficulties, guys. Let's just test that out, no? Hold on, guys. 1 second, real quick. Let me just fix that for everyone. Let's try it out again. Ayan, alright. So it looks like it's all good now. Can I just see, yan, sa mga Discord members natin, type 1, no, kung visible na rin. I think nagka-camera issue lang ng saglit, but I think all good now. Alright. Nawawala-wala. Ay. Okay, sige, testing lang natin. Buti na lang may backup ako dito. Always prepared yan, no? Prepared yarn. Sige, wait lang guys. 1 second. All right, everyone. Ayan, I think I'm back now. Rinig na ba na yun? I'm checking the Discord din at baka yung sa laptop ko lang, no? Nagkaka-issue lang ng saglit. But I think all good now. All good na ba, guys? Yeah, checking the comments din, ano? Yun. All right. So let's cut to the chase. Apologies, no, for the technical difficulties. But guys, let's all welcome up on stage, Miss Amira Alawi, our global marketing director. Amira, good evening. Welcome to CW. First time to also have you on the show. How are you doing this fine Wednesday evening, no?
Hey, Jaffa. Thank you for having me. Yeah, after like technical difficulties, here we are. Ganyan naman talaga. So, part siya
Yan
ng
talaga.
life. Especially in crypto. Things happen, you adjust and recalibrate. So, yun.
Absolutely. And I think, maybe kung mga traders din kayo dyan, it's been tough talaga, no? But I think community helps us stay together and survive the markets. Anyway, no? So I guess, Amira, maybe you can introduce yourself again, for the community members who might not be familiar or it's their first time hearing you also up on stage. So maybe you can share a little bit about yourself too for the community.
Yeah. So, tying in on like earlier, so a lot of you were asking questions and already sending in your questions. And yesterday I did an AMA with YGG. So, you can ask any question except a love life. So, you I cannot help you with like love and romance. But a little bit about me is I'm just a girl in crypto. Yan yung initially what you look and see like when you see me. But in fact, I've actually been in crypto for over 10 years. And my brother was shilling me Bitcoin when it was sub $100. And
Wow.
then that was like middle school RuneScape days. And then I was like, Bitcoin? Digital money? That sounds stupid. Yeah, I'm not good in math. I'm not interested in this Bitcoin and digital gold. Like, I just thought it was like a bubble and just looked like code and like, especially back then. And like over the years, my brother made money from this crypto and Bitcoin. And I watched nung una, like, okay, like $100 and then like making like $500 range and then like $1,000. And then the jump from like $1,000 to the cycle I joined was around like the 20K top, like that cycle where XRP, Neo, those coins. And I bought at the top. Like I thought everything was going to the moon and like in crypto everything's going to go up. And I initially invested in like XRP, shares, Neo, like all of these like coins. A lot of these projects don't exist anymore, a lot of JPEG projects. And I really had to learn crypto the hard way. And then from there, I studied technical analysis, fundamentals, and like looked into like what crypto technology is. And then the more I learned about the technology, I realized like what this opens up and yeah, the utility side of crypto. So I was in VC investment media and I'm more behind the scenes. So I do like influencer stuff, beauty stuff. I'm on the vlog sometimes, but yeah, there's a lot of me that I don't share and don't show. But last year I doxed for crypto and like the gaming space, the gamify space, the anime geeky side of me. I'm sharing more of that with the world. And part of that is this story and journey into crypto, into blockchain, into taking this technology and making it more available to more people, to the masses. Hindi lang yung mga matatalino or like the crypto bros or the traders. Like this space is meant to be inclusive and inviting of all like the different walks of life. So yon, a big part then of why I'm in crypto is gaming is very big for me. And a lot of gamers, especially if they're not a competitive esports gamers, don't have the ability to earn money from gaming. And for me, I saw crypto as a way to open more doors. So if you get into crypto, into blockchain, you have more choices open to you and you can like just do more, be more, have more. Instead of a lot of my friends growing up, like they had to be nurses and doctors. And there's nothing wrong with that. But like if they want to be something else or they want to be a gamer and like create a income stream from that to allow and feel that. So, you know, that's a little shortcut on me and why I joined crypto space and why I doxed. And yeah, Breeder DAO turned sovereign and then Mexi, and now I'm here in coins for the doxed side of me.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned you were here back when Bitcoin hit 20K. So I think that was like 2017, 2016. So you've been here a while, you know. And as you mentioned with your previous experience, so you're a builder as well. So maybe, you know, we did have some set questions, but I think, you know, what's important for the community is that we have a free flowing conversation and from a community to get to know you more as well. So I guess, Amira, one question that I'd like to ask, you know, for you as well is maybe what excites you about, you know, bringing more crypto to Filipinos, since, you know, that's a big mission here at Coins and for the community. But, you know, I guess for you, like, what excites you about bringing crypto to more Filipinos, to the everyday Juan?
Yeah, so you mentioned me being a builder. I don't consider myself a builder. I consider myself a degen, but I wish I could build. I'm just more on like when I see like fast adoption and being like a first adopter, like that's me. And degen, more of a degen. So to answer your question of like bringing this to the everyday Filipino is I really see Philippines as one of the countries that can really lead the blockchain like in Asia. And if Philippines leads in the blockchain and in crypto, like that would open up job opportunities, that would open up the economy to just having more doors that open up for them. So being hired by like foreigners for like gaming companies, being a trader, even like remittances, like there's just so many use cases for crypto that it also leads into like venture capital. If you want to raise for a project, there's like ICO offerings. Like it's a really deep rabbit hole, but the short gist of it is crypto opens up a lot more doors and opportunities. And this is something I've been a big proponent of ever since. Opening doors, giving you and giving the everyday one, giving people like more options and choices. And yeah, like for me, like the gamer community is a big motivating and driving factor.
Awesome. Yeah, I think, as you mentioned, opening doors and opportunities is like so important, especially because with crypto, there is, it's a very like level playing field. All you need is a mobile device and an internet connection, and you have access to all of these communities. No, and I think such is the case with a lot of our community members who come from the gaming communities and the guilds as well, and they got their first footing into the crypto space with games like Axie, and different Web3 games. So I think that now what we're also seeing is a big evolution from gaming and going into something more like, like the narrative that we have, like in like YGG, for example, one of our partners with the Metaverse Filipino workers. So, I think it's going to be an exciting time to be able to bring more Filipinos into that door and bridge more opportunities as well to like our everyday Juan. So thanks for that, Amira. And yeah, I guess maybe we can maybe move on. So we mentioned opening doors and having more opportunities for the everyday Juan. Um, maybe I think we can also probably touch a bit more on maybe you, as you mentioned that you're a DJ, but personally I think when you work in a position like this, you're also builders. Maybe something that you also advocate for is women in crypto and women in Web3, right? So maybe you can
Yes,
share with
absolutely.
people also how do you want to open doors specifically for women and younger women also who want to get into the space.
Yeah, I label myself as a DJ, but like I am across different fields and I advocate for a lot of things. And a big part of that is women in crypto, women in tech, inclusivity. I am bi, so like even just like gender, like a lot of these narratives and stories. And then like why crypto, like a big thing for me is the co-op aspect of crypto. Like it's very like team play, it's very community driven, and this is the one sector for me that I see that aspect of gaming like carry over. There is like that co-op play in tech and other sectors, but not as close as it is in crypto. Like in crypto, everyone's on the same level field, everyone helps each other, or in the ideal world, or like you have at least like a group of people helping each other out, and it's very collaborative space. So anywhere that like has like opening doors. So I'm a big believer then in also like mental health, so depression, all of these things. And why do we get depressed? A lot of the times because like limited options, like emotions, managing emotions, peer pressure. And a lot of what's helped me in my like I've gone through like a lot of like managing my emotions, learning about myself. Um yeah, anything to do with the mind, like psychology, I've gone through, especially as a trader, and you learn more about managing your emotions. You learn more about being observant of other people and like emotions in general by trading. So like you learn to read yourself better, read the markets better, read charts better, through crypto trading, being observant, looking for patterns, and yeah, that type of thing.
Yeah, I guess as you mentioned, I think mental health is a very um I think it's not really under discussed, but definitely should be something that everyone puts an importance on because the space can be very stressful. It's very volatile because a lot of people like this month has been a hard month to trade and to hold for. I'm sure for a lot of people. So I think mental health is a great advocacy to have, especially for Filipinos where we go through a lot of stressful every day to day experiences. So I think that's another thing that is probably really important in a community is being there for each other in a positive psychological and emotional way or supportive way, I guess. All right, so thanks for
Yeah, and
that, Amir. I
crypto
think it
teaches you. Oh yeah, crypto teaches you also sense of humor because there is like the forex trading, and like forex trading has risks, but like crypto risks is on a different level. And it's very hard. So it can be very hard, and like there are people who lose like 20,000 USD overnight or in a single click. And to have those same people bounce back and get into the market and like still be bullish on crypto or like still trade. And also like in crypto, it's normal. Like whether you're a great trader, you're a mid trader, you're a beginner trader, you will lose. Like there's no such thing as not losing in crypto. There's no such thing as the perfect trade, the perfect setup. Even with all the analysis in the world, you can't factor in other factors like black swan events, just a lot of things that's not in your control. And you win some, you lose some. The way to win in crypto and trading is to actually stay in the game and be consistent about that. So have a winning strategy and like learning to stay in the arena.
Yeah, definitely. Staying alive is so important in crypto because all it takes is like liquidation or a bad hit, and sometimes that can take you out of the game. So I guess yeah, the next thing that we can probably talk about is maybe let's probably circle back a bit to you as a marketing director. So maybe I'll stick to the script a little here, and maybe you can also tell some of the community, some of the things that you have planned and some of the vision that you might want to kind of see Coins achieve in the coming last 2 months of 2025 or going into 2026. So something like this one. So what branding or marketing campaigns are you launching or planning to help launch to position Coins.ph as a Filipino brand, and as a lot of people also know, we also have like the XYZ brand. So we do cater, of course, to communities in different countries. So maybe you can just touch on that very lightly and why that excites you as well.
Yeah, so that is actually alpha, but like a little bit on that is we're pushing for a coins rebrand. And yeah, it will just be a surprise for the rebrand, but we're working on that and we'll be revealing that late this year or early next year. But we really want to position the Philippines and like the Philippine exchange to be a international player and to be able to play in the international field on a bigger scale. So a lot of people don't know that our co-founders, Wei and David, are actually ex Binance. And I did not know that until recently. Like I knew about coins, but like I didn't know the team backing coins. And that was really interesting to me. And a lot of what's coming in the pipeline is tech development, expanding product suite, a lot of like improving a lot of things, but like with any startup and with tech, it's always a work in progress. So yeah, there are, like a lot of people are gonna say like, oh, it's really high fees. But because we're in the early stages of tech, it's going to be high fees because we need to bring down the fees by making it like more mass adopted. And yes, there could be a comparison with other exchanges having like lower fees, but like it's a different playground when you have like futures trading, when you have other elements that can help lower the fees, and it's just a different game. So each exchange has their own like perks and benefits. And like for me, what I'm wanting to focus on for coins specifically is improving that aspect, like improving coins as coins and not comparing it to like other exchanges, but like it also having its own merit in the international stage and to push for that. So we're not yet at like that super low fees level, but we are really low. And being regulated has its own like challenges. So yeah, like balancing all of these out and making sure like it's a work in progress and like moving forward and like being forward facing, like that's something I'm a big proponent for.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it's definitely, um, as you mentioned, like we all have our edges and advantages, and I think one of the things I guess personally, I also like is that we always try to like collaborate as well with like regulators and the local players also to make sure that when we provide like our services, we always do it in a way that's, I guess, we like to go with safe and secure so that we can make sure that for our community, for our users, we're always making sure that they have access to services that are legal and also like um, yeah, easy to use for them. So I think that we want to be able to expand that ease of use as well, and compliance definitely is fundamental to our future communities that will be coming from all these different countries. So I guess maybe to touch on that global discussion a bit. So my next question, just to touch on that, and then maybe after that we can take a question or two to weave in from the community. Um, is this one? So yeah, yeah, aside from, so we have like points in Thailand, Brazil, Argentina, Australia, and Mauritius too. Maybe you can drop the alpha on what other countries is Coins looking at right now in terms of securing licenses and launching services as well. So maybe if there are Filipino listeners like OFWs from these countries, then who knows, Coins could be coming to them soon too.
Yeah, so like we're really going after Brazil right now, focus wise. And I particularly love Thailand. I'm there a lot, so I would love a focus on Thailand. But in terms of like countries that Coins is looking at, Coins is really looking at the MENA region, so the Middle East region, and like going heavy in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, like these countries which are pro crypto and have like also a lot of like remittance and like there's just a lot going on in these hubs, and also for Coins to be a part of, yeah, those playgrounds and those
Awesome.
sectors building.
All right. I guess what we can do is weave in some of the set questions, and I really like some of the questions here from the community, because I think this really makes the discussion a lot more receptive to what the community wants to hear. So do tell me too, Amira, if you're reading the comments. If you want to take a question, just let me know. Let me know the name, and then read out the question also from the community member. Yeah, I think the first question that I probably saw here was this one. No? So I think this is a nice big picture question, but definitely I think we can inspire the community as well. So from Mike Stephen, they asked, how do you envision Coins in 2026?
Yeah, so I can't share too much alpha, but like I want to see it as a global player, and I want to see like lower fees. There's a lot I want to see. And by then, the branding should be in place. And then you'll also be seeing a lot of faces and players locally. You'll be meeting more of the team. And activity wise, like activations, being in universities, being in the trenches, not just in the Philippines, but also internationally. And yeah, crypto is like very digital. It's a very like when you're in crypto, when you're in trading, it's like very virtual, but like we want to integrate the physical aspect of coming together, IRL. So more of that, more gamify space, more like, again, this is alpha, like more of the web 2 side of like fashion, film, media, cosplaying, gamers, because like I just see these two worlds intermingling and merging more and more. And yeah, I want to bring worlds together.
Awesome. Mike, thank you for your question. I guess
Thank you,
stay
Mike.
tuned. Yeah, for the rebrand as you mentioned and the other plans that will materialize in time. So I think this one's also good, no? This one comes from Jimmy Mirabunan. As you mentioned, um, women in Web3 is a big advocacy of yours. So this one's probably good for the clip, so that people can hear this, especially for our lady community viewers. So they ask, what advice would you give to young women who aspire to break barriers and lead in the male dominated fields of crypto and technology?
So I love that question because, like, one of the reasons. So I'm a very introvert person. I'm very behind the scenes person. But last year, I decided to be more visible because I wanted to prove like women can lead in tech and not just in tech. So it's already hard leading in tech, but to lead in crypto is like really rare. Usually, women in crypto are just like KOLs, and there's nothing wrong with that because what I want people to understand is like with women, like inclusivity and representation is very big. So bringing them to like different fields and like just showing them like what's possible, sharing your story, doing it, and then people will be like, oh, pwede siya pala maging marketing lead ng crypto project, so can I. Like having that story come into play and opening up each person's own origin story and like what's possible for them.
Yep. Jimmy, thank you for your question. I think that's very empowering. It's like having people's origin stories also be heard.
And
Um,
then ito pa for like women in crypto because like this is a big thing. I get asked about it a lot. Like per girl or like women in crypto, it's like very intimidating as a topic. Like how do I get started in crypto? What if I don't know enough about crypto? Paano, like, nakakahiya. Like, a lot of, like, women are shy to get into crypto and, like, they go into a crypto room. It's much better now. There's, like, much more women now. But, like, they go in there and they're intimidated. Like, they don't know anything about crypto. Everyone's talking about all of these, like, crypto jargon. And they're like, what's a white paper? What's the alpha? Mga ganon. But for anyone who's female listening right now, or even, like, guys who are afraid to get into crypto, it's okay to ask questions and know nothing about crypto. But specifically, if you're a girl or women in tech and crypto, ask those questions. The crypto bros will love you for it. They will answer all of your questions and make you feel like, thank you for asking those questions. Like, the more you're a beginner in crypto as a girl, yeah, this sector will embrace you. So don't be afraid to be a beginner. Don't be afraid to ask questions and realize the co-op aspect of crypto. Like it's a very cooperative type industry. So ask questions, get involved. It's easy to make friends, and yeah, like show up in rooms.
I agree. Showing up is so important. So Jimmy, thanks for that question. Here's another question I know that I saw in the comment section. If you have questions also that you see you wanna like tackle, just let me know. But this one no, from JR Crispy, they ask, "What's one mistake you made early in your crypto journey that others can learn from?" So I think
Leverage trading.
revenge
Ang
trading.
sakit ng leverage trading. And no, leverage trading and revenge trading, especially when you combine them together, ang sakit nun. So, one mistake is not to give into your emotions and not to lean into your emotions because yeah, like managing emotions, I wish I learned how to do it earlier, but like yeah, there are some lessons you learn the hard way. But a big thing is don't have like FOMO. We call it in crypto FOMO, fear of missing out. Or like you see everyone's wins, you see all of these screenshots, you see everyone in their Lambos because it's bull market, and then like you have a really bad trade and you're like, oh my god, I'm a terrible person, I'm a terrible trader. And that's something in trading you have to learn early on. Like whether you win or lose, it's temporary. And don't let the highs get to you and don't let the lows get to you. So risk management, when you get wins, celebrate those wins, and don't give into your emotions. Like manage your emotions or like learn how to manage and observe your emotions, get curious about your emotions because malala talaga because it's actual money you're trading. And yeah, you're going to feel all stages of grief. You're going to feel a lot. And from the start, it's better to not be so degen, like also something called like a stop loss. And yeah, learn as much as you can, fundamental wise, technical wise, what kind of market you're trading in, and then go from there, rather than like, oh my god, I feel this coin is gonna go up, or this influencer told me like this coin is going up and I should buy, or my siblings or like family members told me to buy, and yeah, like learn to do your own research and yeah, know what you're getting into is a big thing.
100%. JR Crispy or Junior Crispy ba yan? Yeah. Thanks for that question also. Um, Here's another question that I saw, um, which I also like. So a lot of our community members, are gamers as well. So a lot of them come from the guilds from YGG. So maybe this is a good one. I know that you're into games yourself. So from Piolo as well, they ask, how do you apply your learnings in gaming into your crypto career? So I think that's a
I love that question. As a gamer, I love that question. The short answer would be if you've watched the anime Solo Leveling, like
yeah.
that noob character who's like super weak and underpowered. That's the character I actually relate with. And like seeing it as like training. So you're not yet at the level you want to be, like the OP version of him. He becomes like the super OP version at the like last level. And before he gets to that, he has to go through like progression, he has to do side quests, he has to keep grinding and showing up. And I've taken a lot of like that element and like aspects of anime and gaming, like gamers don't quit, we respawn, like that I've always brought with me to any field that I go into and life in general. So viewing life as a video game, viewing work as a video game, viewing partnerships, all of these things like as a video game. So even like in coins itself, like seeing the team members, seeing like strengths and weaknesses, like viewing it from like a game aspect and like how to create like unfair advantages, stack stack things in your team's favor and go from there. And then how to be like how to level up your own character as the main character in your story to contribute to the team, to contribute to your mission, to your vision and where you're wanting to go. So, yon. Solo leveling, the short version of the answer for you,
Thanks
Piolo.
for that. Yeah, I think a lot of our community members for sure nakanood na yan ng solo leveling, no?
If
So
I can get a tattoo, I will get like a solo leveling tattoo. Like I love it that much.
waiting for that next season, no? All right. So Piolo, thank you for your question. I guess another question that I like here is this one. So going back to some of the, I guess the mission-oriented questions to say the least. This one comes from Joshua Lennon, who's also one of our um, coins champions. So they ask, as crypto continues to grow and be more adopted in the Philippines, what role do you see coins playing in helping Filipinos build financial literacy? And we also have, we're cooking up some plans with like students and being more bringing more like Finlit and awareness, no? So maybe for you, Amira, what role do you see coins as a provider for these like virtual assets playing in helping build more financial literacy for communities and for Filipinos, so that's everyone.
Yeah, so Joshua, see you in YDG and hope to meet you soon. So the role I see coins playing is playing also with like other crypto projects to get people curious and questioning and asking like what is crypto, what is Bitcoin, and how to use it, like how to use it. Like um this topic came up during Bataan, like Bitcoin, crypto, all of these assets, it's just crypto. It's not real money, sabi ng one of the parents. And the person who was on stage said that right now you can actually spend crypto right off of your phone. And that's also something Coins actually has, the QRPH aspect of it. So like literally your Pengu, your Dogecoin, it's not just like crypto assets. You can actually turn it into fiat and on ramp it and spend it right off of your phone. Like it's not just an asset that goes up and down. There's like so many aspects to it. There's stable coins, there's utility coins, there's like all of these different types. But you can actually spend it, and to remind people that it's something that's going to get bigger and bigger in the coming years. And yeah, that's where coins champions comes into play. That's where like education comes into play. That's where questions come into play, and creating forums and rooms where these questions get asked and can get answered is a big part of it then. I think either ako or ikaw yung nawala, like nakamute
I'm
ka
sorry.
ata.
Yeah, I was on mute. I didn't press unmute. My bad. But Joshua, thanks for your question. That's Huawei from our community, and I also want to involve our champs also in some of these Finlit initiatives that we have. So hopefully we can have them on again. No. So yeah. Um, I think the next question. So thanks, Joshua, for that question. All right. So here, this is a good one. From Airy Gray Rat, one of our frequent viewers as well. They ask, looking ahead, what excites you most about the future of coins and the crypto industry as a whole?
Ari, I'm distracted by your profile picture. Ang cute ng art. But to answer your question, what excites you about the future of Coins.ph and crypto as a whole? I think it ties back to what I was sharing earlier of opening doors and opportunities. Like that to me is like super exciting. And again, I mentioned this a lot, but like gamers, cosplayers, creatives in general, like this is something I care about deeply. And allowing for like this space to have doors, opportunities, ways of earning is interesting to me and exciting to me. And like even like the gamify space itself, like there's a lot of like what we call like indie developers in the film space, in the gaming space that won't get money the traditional way, but it can be possible through a means like crypto. Like crypto levels the playing field out so much that if they were able to raise money and funds for their, like it can be like a really weird niche project, but there might be a community that backs them up and wants to see a game na ganun ka random or ka weird or ka niche, and make it happen, build it out. And it's not just for the gaming sector, it could be a fashion brand, it could be film, it could be media. And in the past, there's such a thing called gatekeepers, and it still exists. But like crypto for me levels the playing field, and that that excites me.
100%. I think that's important too, is that level playing field. Just as you mentioned earlier, if you have an internet connection and a mobile device, you can access Web3 and you can access crypto. So, Ari, thanks for that question. Yeah, guys, just want to plug again. If you have questions, do drop them on the Facebook Live or the Twitter comment section of our broadcast. So, Ari, thanks for that question again. And yeah, I think this is a good one, no, that we can also take on, because I think this is definitely a big market that we want to continue to tap into, and that we want to build more relationship with. So Piola as well, again, they ask, how do you see, OFW remittance functions, the OFW remittance function to onboard more users into Coins.ph, and we have OFWs everywhere in the world, and how can we probably tap into these out of the country communities also to grow our coin unity as a whole?
Yeah, so with OFW remittances, like the biggest thing I'm seeing is the lowered fees in crypto. So that's going to save people a lot in terms of like how quickly and how easily also they'll be able to transfer money home. And then the other aspect of it is with traditional banks and banking, it's like really hard to like, constantly go to the bank and like that type of thing. Like crypto just speeds up the process of instead of lining up at the physical store or branch to get like yung mga loved ones who have like OFW relatives. Like I I've had to do it myself. Like yung parang someone sends you fiat money and you have to actually line up, show up your ID and all of those things. And crypto just like speeds all that process up and makes it easier. So yeah, like that aspect of it. And then because like there's such a thing like QRPH, there's such a thing as WebPay, and you can actually spend your money on your wallet. Like it just lives in one place. And that to me is an interesting aspect for that I'm inviting OFWs to look into and learn about.
Awesome. Yolo, thank you for that question. No? So yeah, I think we want to continue to build relationships with OFW communities. Yeah, I guess the next question I'd like is this one too. I like this question because I think Coins.ph being Filipino first is something to be proud of, right? So as Coins, the brand continues to grow globally, how can you ensure that the Filipino community remains at the heart of its identity? And I think he's a kid was also one of our champs, no? So
Ayun, he's a
how
kid. I love that question, ah. Oh. So a big way to answer this is something that also interested me in coins is talking to the founder and hearing it from his perspective. Like Coins is headquartered in the Philippines, and that's already a big thing in itself. So it being headquartered in the Philippines, like applying for regulation, all of that, like its heart is here. And because its heart is here, like that in itself is Filipino coded. Regardless of where in the world you end up seeing coins, like the main HQ will be the Philippines because it's where it started, and like this is where they chose to grow the roots. So Wei is actually from Binance, so like he's ex Binance and he's not even Filipino. And I was like, why the Philippines? And he just saw this as like the country, like he just saw a lot of opportunity here in terms of like if you really grow it, like he just sees coins as something that can be launched internationally. And like um he compared it to a resort, like like in the beach, like beachfront property. So like it's beachfront property and it starts in the Philippines. We can go like in other countries, but there's something about the Philippines that's just really amazing for as an emerging country. So same with venture capital. A lot of countries are looking towards Southeast Asia and specifically Philippines. Like yes, there's Japan and all of these countries, but like in terms of opportunity and market growth, the Philippines is actually really big and counted as one of the emerging countries to look out for. So yeah, that. And then like having like a Filipino team in the in the office, like those Filipino values and just yeah, Filipino coded in its yeah, in its like its origin story. So how can you remove that from coins?
That's a good one. Yeah, very inspiring. So he's a kid. Thanks for that question as well. And I guess I just saw here in the comments, so shout out to one of our Coin Unity members, Ralph Justin Idyo. Shout out sa'yo, bro.
Shout out, Ralph.
Shout out, Ralph. All right,
Yun,
so
YGG.
yeah. All right, let me pull up. We have like 10 minutes left. We have some questions here too. So again, Mary, if you see some questions that you want to tackle here in the comment section, just feel free to read them out. No. All right. This is a good one too from one of our champs as well, Joy Tisha Francisco. She asks if coins were to expand its ecosystem, and we discussed this, right? Like we want to grow our coins ecosystem. We want to expand the
Mhm.
ecosystem for Web3 creators and gamers. What are some key elements you'd like to see?
So I tap back into like co-op play. I like collaboration. I like co-op. I like synergy. And a big part of what I'd like to see is like tapping all into all of these communities, into YGG, into our coins champs, and like what can we do together and go from there. Like it's not coins creating coins by itself. Like a big part of this will be collaborating, synergizing, and creating with others. So co-op play. And that's what I see for creators and gamers. And that's a key element for me in anything I do and undertake.
Thanks, Joya, for that, and thanks, Amir, also for answering that question. I guess, yeah, another question I'd like. Um, I saw it earlier, but let me try to pull it up again. Um, I guess Amir, maybe as a while I look for another question, real quick icebreaker question. No, what excites you the most in crypto for the last 2 months of 2025?
A specific project, ba? Are we sharing that, or like the market sentiment, or which part of crypto?
Sentiment or like, yeah, I mean, what are you still bullish on even in these difficult chop times?
Well, as an exchange, we're not supposed to shill or say biases, but I'm super bullish on Pengu. So shilling
POV
Pengu, but
Pengu.
like I like being a DJ and I like meme projects, like I'm big on meme projects, but Pengu specifically, like I'm impressed by Luca, like the founder, the team, and like the initiatives they have. And that's been really exciting for me to see like projects like Pengu, like they were in Korea blockchain, like integrating with K-pop idols, like that type of world crossing that's happening. And what I call like merging of worlds. And that to me is exciting and interesting. Same with this project called Story Protocol and like integrating with I think it was solo leveling, but like I don't know which animes it is, but like an anime as a project is like really I'm geeky, eh? So projects that's really crossing the mainstream world with Web3 like is interesting to me, and we're seeing more and more and like faster and faster like the cycles are getting quicker, but like also regulation and people are accepting and being more open to crypto and seeing it as like legitimized and an actual thing versus in the past cycles, like people would think like a lot of people would think it's a scam. And like if you're a crypto trader, even like in getting visas, it used to be, I think, like much harder than it is right now. So when you go to like crypto conferences and then you're like, what do you do for work? I trade crypto. Like that's not as legit before, especially. I don't know how much better it is, but it's getting legitimized and people outside of crypto is acknowledging and recognizing crypto and seeing like, oh, okay, like ganito pala yung crypto. It has tech, it has usage, it can be taken seriously, like even by accountants and like banking people, JP Morgan people, and they're acknowledging crypto.
Awesome. Yeah, I guess the last maybe two questions. I like this one, no? Pang pageant tong next na question, no?
Well,
So again, for
pageant.
Airy Gray Rat, this one. So they ask if you could summarize your vision for coins in one powerful sentence, what would it be? Take your
I
time with
want
it.
I want coins to be sexy. Yan na
And
yun.
why, I guess maybe to give context to some of our viewers, what does a brand or like coins being sexy like look or mean to you?
Mm. So for me, okay, I like attractive women. So like that's the word that I use. But in the sense na when you think of sexy, like you have like positive associations with it. I want coins to be viewed like in dating, 'di ba? Pag you're in a club or you're wherever, yung that hot, attractive guy or girl. I want coins to be that. Yung pipiliin ng girl. Yun. I want it to be that project.
Yung pipiliin. I like that word.
Oh,
You
yung
want to be chosen.
pipiliin. Oh, don't we all? Don't we all ba?
Tama, tama. All right. Sige. Let me, guys, wag kayo mahiya if you have any last questions. Maybe there's time for one last question. No, we have like 5 minutes until 9 p.m. So, any last questions, habulin nyo na sa comsec natin, no? All right. I think this one's good. So as the community manager, I also want to know from your previous experience. No? So a big part of the coins brand is the coin community, right? So going back to Mike's question here, I saw. So in the community or in a community, how do you make your community members feel valued?
Hi, Mike. So, I don't know, like to answer that question is it could be a very blanketed statement, but in actuality, for me, it's making them feel seen. So even just like Mike as Mike, who's Mike as a person, and with the internet, we tend to forget that because like we just see everyone as numbers. Like, oh, Coins has 80,000 followers. Each of those 80,000 followers are like members in themselves. And to realize every single like or comment or share or every single question also that's being asked is asked by a real person, and to see them like yun, have conversations, see them, and part of it is like the IRL activations, because it's different when there's like right now there's like several of you like tuning in, but to see you physically laid out in a room, it's a very different perspective. So yun, literally seeing, acknowledging, and being appreciative of those of you who are tuning in, who are supporting in different ways, who are collaborating, who are asking questions, who are participating, who's actually like right now, like I don't know how many of you are eating dinner, if you have eaten dinner, but you're here right now, and or you're watching the replay and you're listening in. Thank you for your time. Instead of watching anime or gaming or like doing something else, you're here for whatever reason. And yeah, I see and appreciate you.
Awesome. I think that's a great way to cap off the AMA. So maybe Amira, one last closing message for the community. And I think you and I will be seeing a lot of them next month at the YG Play Summit. So you know in as you open your stint as the marketing director, what's one word of I guess advice or something that you'd like to leave of a community with as we cap off the AMA for this evening?
Yeah, so follow us on socials and make sure you're KYC2 verified, because there's a lot of things we're going to be doing and activations we're going to be having. And watch parties, anime, gaming. I can't share all of the details right now, but we're going to be doing a lot, and like music festivals, all these things. So watch out on socials for like announcements, ways of interacting with your favorite creators, like what influencers do you want to connect with, like make it a dialogue. And then for universities, like watch out, because there will be a lot of universities I will be actively in with like with coins, but also we're going to be just really deep in the trenches. And for those of you outside of Manila, Vismin region, like we're gonna go really bigger in these cities. And abangan na lang is the short gist of it.
Abangan sa susunod. So, thank you so much, Amira, for your time and for hopping on the Community Wednesday stream. It's been a great chat, to hear more about the plans that you have and the vision that we want to execute with the community. So, to all of our viewers, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow Coins on social media. And we'll see you again sa susunod na stream namin for Community Wednesdays, where we will be talking about everything under Web3 and more about coins in a future episode. So thank you for tuning in and have a great rest of your Wednesday evening, mga kapatid at kaibigan. Salamat at see you next time. Bye!
Thank you, everyone. Bye.